Good morning, everyone. It's your girl, Lady, again. And today we'll be reacting to the crazy downfall of Pedro and Chantel from 90 Day Fiancé. So I can say I didn't watch their story. So I don't know how much input I'm gonna be able to put in on this because I really did not keep up with their story, okay? So bear with me. Like the video, comment, definitely, subscribe, and let's get into it.
From a wedding full of love and cameras flashing,
Porque hiciste la perfecta actuación.
to family feuds that erupted into chaos on national TV. This is the crazy downfall of Pedro and Chantel, one of 90 Days Fiancé's most talked about couples. It started with something innocent, a simple language exchange between two strangers from different worlds. Chantel, an American, and Pedro from the Dominican.
I'm very sorry if you can't hear me. The people in my household are sleeping. It is 1:15 in the morning, okay? So I'm trying to talk as low as I can and with y'all being able to hear me, you know? And I don't want to wake nobody up, okay? I ain't trying to get cussed out today, you feel me? So bear with me, okay? I will try to turn it up in post-editing if you can't hear me, okay? Just bear with me. I'm sorry.
Republic met through a mutual friend. The friend suggested they do a language exchange. Chantel wanted to practice Spanish, and Pedro wanted to improve his English.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My name is Chantel. I'm 25 years old and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have been a cheerleader since I was 4 years old.
At first, it was just casual chat. They talked about simple things like their favorite movies, food, and hobbies, but soon their conversations started to feel different. They laughed a lot, shared personal stories, and looked forward to talking to each other every day.
Just, I don't know. I love me some Pedro. I don't know. He's hot.
When Chantel visited the Dominican Republic, everything changed. Meeting in person made their bond much stronger. They spent the days exploring the city, trying local food, and learning about each other's cultures.
I love me some Pedro.
Oh my God. I love you so much.
Hello, so mama, baby.
At night, they walked along the beach, talking about life, dreams, and their future. By the third visit, Pedro knew he wanted to spend his life with Chantel. In a quiet, special moment, he proposed. They kept it a secret, just the two of them, enjoying their private promise of love.
Chantel me apretáis para poder que la familia de Chantel me acepte. Entonces, esa es
We can make
mi
it if
charm, mi
we
reto.
try, just the two of us. You and I.
But innocent beginnings turned complicated fast when Pedro moved to America and Chantel told her first lie.
Sorry.
In 2016, Pedro moved to Atlanta, Georgia, on a K-1 visa. It was exciting but also scary. He was moving to a new country, far from his family and home. Chantel was happy, but she made a choice that caused future problems. She told her family Pedro was coming on a student visa instead of a fiancé visa. She thought it would make things easier at first, but it caused confusion and mistrust later.
And right now, my mom told me that my sister is gonna be into passion something.
Passion?
Yeah, passion? Passion? Like a model?
Pageant.
Passion.
Pedro tried to settle into life in Atlanta. He learned new routines, adjusted to the city, and worked to understand American culture. Chantel helped him every step of the way. They were excited about their future together, and their love felt strong. But even with love on their side, life wasn't simple.
Get my mind out of that and they're going to do something better for me.
Because you're trying to avoid talking about
What
your
talking
feelings.
about?
Seeing that it's, deeply bothering you and you've been really disturbed lately.
That first lie was just the beginning. Soon both families started asking the same dangerous question: what's really going on? Problems started with family. Chantel's mother, Karen Everett, worried about Pedro's intentions. She wondered if he truly loved Chantel or was just after a green card. Her questions were hard for Chantel to hear, and they caused tensions between mother and daughter.
I did. I wasn't ready to see that he cut all of his curls off. I just wasn't ready.
He had a haircut.
Pedro also faced challenges with his family. His mother, Lida Morel, and sister, Nicole Jimeno, were not happy with Chantel. They expected Pedro to get financial help and worried that Chantel would not provide it. This made them suspicious of her motives. Pedro felt caught between two families, both unsure if his relationship with Chantel was real.
I can't have alcohol. They say I can't drink for like at least 3 months. A few weeks post-op, and I've lost 15 pounds. I feel like my relationship with food has improved.
Even with these challenges, Chantel and Pedro stayed close. They learned to lean on each other and keep their love strong. The early days of their relationship were full of excitement, laughter, and challenges. They had to navigate cultural differences, family doubts, and secrets, but their connection grew stronger with every test.
I believe right now that I have really come through my American dream. Maybe in the future you want to have my first advertisement, like buy the house with me, come to Georgia. That wanna be my smile.
From a simple language exchange to a secret engagement and a big move to a new country, their love story had already begun to cross borders, and it was only the beginning. Despite family doubts, they got married anyway, but saying "I do" was when their real problems actually started.
That's usually how that
Pedro and
happens.
Chantel married in 2016, marking the start of a new chapter in their lives. Their wedding was full of love and excitement, but it also became the beginning of very public struggles. Fans first saw their relationship on 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After, which featured seasons 2 through 4 of their story. On the show, viewers watched them navigate the highs and lows of early marriage while living under the scrutiny of cameras and a curious audience.
I don't know. Chantal is coming because I don't know what she's thinking.
Y'all, sleepy.
From the start, cultural differences were a source of friction. Pedro, coming from the Dominican Republic, was used to close family ties and helping support relatives financially. Chantel, an American, had a different perspective. She wanted to help Pedro, but not at the scale or in the same way he expected. This created tension between them. Simple disagreements about money, family responsibilities, and expectations often turned into bigger arguments. Despite these struggles, Pedro and Chantel tried to focus on their love for each other.
Walking down the aisle and seeing Pedro at the altar is like a dream come true. In my previous wedding, I was so disappointed. It wasn't what I wanted. And this time, I feel like I'm getting everything that I wanted.
Wedding bliss didn't last long. When Pedro's fist met Chantel's brother's face, everything changed forever on live TV. Family tensions soon became central to their married life. A particularly intense moment occurred during a family dinner when a physical altercation broke out between Pedro and Chantel's brother, River Everett.
Oh, shit.
The argument stemmed from misunderstandings and deep-seated mistrust between the families. This fight shocked viewers and showed that their marriage was under pressure not just from daily life, but from family dynamics as well.
So I ain't so nervous about tonight,
Hold on,
but
slow down,
Chantel thinking I
couldn't
put my
see.
sister further than my wife. And I want to...
Hold on, y'all. I had to see that. Where's speed back?
prove that I love Chantal.
But families. This fight shocked viewers and showed that their marriage was under pressure not just from daily life, but from family dynamics as well.
So I
Oh, shit. I ain't see not nary punch thrown. Not none. All I saw was this. I ain't see not nary punch thrown. How I get back to normal? No. Where the normal at? Playback. Normal, there you go.
I'm so nervous about tonight. But Chantal thinking I put my sister further than my wife. And I want to prove that I love Chantal.
I think we
Ain't
need some
nobody got
wine.
hurt. Nobody.
Not too much, please.
Other family members also fueled the tension. Obed Koroperon claimed that Pedro's family encouraged him to marry an American woman for financial gain. Pedro's family, meanwhile, felt Chantel should provide financial support and feared she might not meet their expectations. On the other side, Chantel's family, especially her mother, Karen Everett, worried that Pedro's intentions were not genuine. These conflicting views created a web of distrust that pulled Pedro and Chantel in multiple directions.
Muy bueno.
Muy bueno.
Muy bueno.
Gracias.
Me siento muy contenta de poder cenar con ustedes.
The mutual suspicion between the families often turned ordinary events into dramatic confrontations. Small disagreements would spiral into heated debates. Arguments about money, household responsibilities, and family obligations became ongoing points of tension. These struggles were not just private, they were broadcast on television, making every disagreement a public spectacle. Fans became invested in the drama, picking sides, and discussing every argument online.
What you talking about? What's up? What's up?
The family fight was so
Shit happened
explosive,
just
TLC
now.
gave them their own show. Now,
Not
every
one
argument
punch.
became America's entertainment. In 2019, the spin-off show The Family Chantel launched, focusing entirely on the conflict between Pedro and Chantel's families. The series amplified their family issues, making disputes and arguments central to the storyline. Fans got an inside look at the challenges of blending families, managing cultural differences, and navigating mistrust.
No pones a dedo en mi cara tampoco. Nunca yo le he puesto la mano a Chantal.
The show highlighted how family expectations and personal disagreements intersected with love and marriage. Viewers saw Pedro's frustrations with Chantel's family, who he felt were overbearing, and Chantel's frustrations with Pedro's family, who she felt had financial motives. Each episode added more tension, keeping audiences engaged and divided.
I don't have any problems. So you just
I don't want to switch.
I'll stand here. Now, first things first. We're going to have to take turns, just like we do in therapy.
Some viewers saw Pedro as opportunistic, marrying Chantel for a green card or financial security. Others sympathized with him, seeing him as a devoted husband caught between two demanding families. Similarly, opinions about Chantel's family were split. Some viewed them as protective and caring, while others thought they were controlling and harsh.
Yo quiero decirte que tú eres un mal ejemplo como familia americana para nosotros.
My mom said that you're bad example, the American family for Dominican people.
By 2021, Pedro and Chantel's marriage had survived multiple storms, both private and public. Their love continued, but it had been tested repeatedly by cultural differences, family expectations, and the pressures of reality TV exposure.
No sé lo que está pasando, pero si ella se para, yo también.
No, ¿de quién? ¿De quién? ¿Pero de quién? ¿No de quién? Nosotros debemos defendernos de ustedes. Tú invita a mis hijos. Tú invitas a mis hijos a tu casa.
The early years of their marriage were marked by these rising conflicts, which not only shaped their relationship, but also captivated audiences across the world. Fans continued to watch, debate, and engage with every twist in their story, making Pedro and Chantel one of the most talked-about couples in reality television.
My mom's like eagle woman. She wanna fight. My mom wanna fight too.
They want us to fight out here.
No, but I think it's time for us to leave.
Yeah, I think it's time to go.
Chantel,
Despite the drama, the couple's bond endured. They learned to navigate disagreements, manage family tensions, and keep their marriage intact. The challenges they faced in these years set the stage for the next chapter of their life, one in which love, family, and public scrutiny would continue to collide in dramatic ways. Fame brought money, but Pedro's new real estate career brought something worse: accusations that would poison their marriage. By 2021, Pedro and Chantel had been married for several years. Life had brought them many challenges, but a new strain emerged around career and personal ambitions. Pedro decided to pursue a career in real estate in Atlanta. At first, Chantel supported him, hoping his work would bring financial stability and a sense of purpose. But as Pedro became more focused on his career, tensions started to grow.
I've been in the job for a few months. I love it. I make a tons of money over here right now. I like my co-workers. They are very good.
Chantel felt that Pedro was quick to criticize her for not contributing as much as he did. He accused her of being lazy, which hurt and frustrated her. She, on the other hand, began questioning Pedro's loyalty. She noticed that he was spending a lot of time with co-workers, building close friendships that sometimes seemed too personal. Chantel worried that his attention might be crossing boundaries, and she wondered if he could be unfaithful. These doubts created tension and a growing sense of unease in the marriage.
I can speak my language over here, but it's just like the only person that's speaking English in the office process. Everybody in the office, it's like Latino office, like we got the, like they move, and I get along with everybody.
At the same time, Pedro felt pressure to succeed. He wanted to prove himself in real estate, but the stress of work, coupled with family expectations from both sides, weighed heavily on him. He felt that no matter how hard he worked, his efforts were not appreciated, especially when Chantel pushed back or expressed frustration. The combination of career pressures and personal disagreements began to take a toll on their relationship. Work stress was bad enough, but when Pedro stopped touching his wife completely, Chantel knew something was terribly wrong. As the months passed, emotional distance grew. Pedro started to withdraw, not just emotionally, but physically. For the final year of their marriage, he withheld intimacy, leaving Chantel feeling isolated and rejected. She tried to reach out, hoping to connect with him, but he kept his distance, creating a cycle of frustration and resentment.
Oh my gosh, Pedro. Tiene como 10 contratos.
Bueno, I got one more today. I own the contract today.
Pedro is competitive.
We really like him. We became a very big family.
Chantel's insecurities began to grow. She worried that she was no longer enough for Pedro, both as a partner and as a wife. Every unanswered text or late-night work call seemed like evidence of growing distance. These fears sparked heated arguments, many of which were captured on the family Chantel. Viewers saw a side of the marriage that was tense and emotionally charged, with disagreements that seemed to spiral without resolution. Pedro's withdrawal and Chantel's insecurities created a feedback loop. The more distant he became, the more insecure she felt. The more insecure she felt, the more he withdrew.
Let's have kids. We want to see kids, Pedro.
Explained that he felt the marriage could not continue because of ongoing disagreements, lack of support, and the growing emotional distance between them. For Pedro, the cumulative weight of career stress, family pressures, and marital tension had become too much to bear.
Can't do this no more. Yeah, I tried to do separation. Here in the same roof. Things haven't done it good.
Chantel responded with her own claims, alleging infidelity and abandonment. She said that Pedro had been emotionally unavailable for a long time and that she had tried without success to reconnect and salvage their relationship. From her perspective, Pedro's distance and involvement with other people, whether co-workers or friends, felt like a betrayal of the trust they had built over years. Pedro, meanwhile, maintained that Chantel's lack of support drove him away. He felt that no matter what he did, he was criticized and misunderstood. The disagreements that once seemed small had snowballed into major conflicts, leaving both parties.
I can see that. I can't lie because not necessarily from Chantel, but from like clips that I've seen. Her family was very, very hard on him. So I can see why he feels that way. Let me know if I'm wrong because I never watched like the full episode of any of their storylines like that. I only watched the clips. But from what I've seen, the family was super duper hard on him and just tearing him down, bringing him down, putting Chantel on a pedestal like she's way too good for him and things like that. So let me know if I'm tripping, if I'm missing something and if I need to go back and watch the full episode because I'm only seeing clips. So let me know if I'm missing something here, okay?
Partners feeling unheard and undervalued. The combination of emotional distance, unmet expectations, and mistrust had created a situation where neither felt they could be happy together. The divorce marked the end of a chapter that had begun with excitement, hope, and love across borders. Their relationship had faced cultural differences, family pressures, career challenges, and public scrutiny. But in the end, it was the everyday strains of life, combined with emotional and physical distance, that brought them to a breaking point.
I didn't expect for you to say that you wanted a divorce from me. I really just wanted to know if you valued this marriage and were willing to work on it, and the answer is no.
Even though the marriage ended, Pedro and Chantel's story remained in the public eye. Fans continued to follow their journey, dissecting by the intensity of the split.
I opened the banking, the internet banking. I noticed that she swiped out everything, all the money. $265,000.
Money became a major point of conflict. A joint bank account, which had been intended for shared expenses, turned into a heated dispute. Chantel withdrew $675,000, claiming the funds were...
Is that not illegal? Because once you get someone over here on a K1 visa, you're legally responsible for them as long as they're over here. I don't know if that's in every state, but that's what I've heard. You're legally responsible financially for them. You're responsible for them. So that seemed like it would be illegal. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comment section if you know anything more about what I just said. Because don't get me lying, honey. Don't get me lying.
Her money. Pedro accused her of theft, arguing that the accounts were meant to be shared and that her actions were unfair. The financial disagreement added another layer of stress, making the divorce even more complicated and emotionally charged. After months of tension, legal wrangling, and public scrutiny, their divorce was finalized in 2023, ending a 7-year marriage that had started with love and promise. What had once been a story of hope and cross-border romance had ended in disappointment, mistrust, and bitter arguments.
Lo que ella hizo, eso está mal.
No, yo sé. ¿Y tú tienes copia de con que ella sacó el dinero del banco?
Que yo sé ya que fue al banco y ellos me dijeron sí, ya estuvo aquí.
As always, their personal struggles became public entertainment. Fans were divided, and social media was filled with debates. Some people vilified Pedro, labeling him a scammer and suggesting he had ulterior motives throughout the marriage. Others criticized Chantel's family for being overbearing and interfering, blaming them for creating tension that contributed to the breakdown. One person wrote, "And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a perfect example of why you don't marry a vacation fling." Another said, "If this was his plan the entire time, he is an absolute fool putting all of his money in a shared bank account with her. So I'm thinking he was planning on swiping it, but Chantel beat him to the punch." TLC cameras captured every brutal moment as their 7-year marriage crumbled in front of millions of viewers. The last season of The Family Chantel focused heavily on the divorce. Cameras captured raw, emotional moments between Pedro and Chantel as they tried to navigate the end of their marriage. Arguments, tears, and personal revelations were all documented, giving viewers an unfiltered look at their struggles. By the end of the season, there was no reconciliation. Pedro and Chantel went their separate ways, closing not just their marriage but also their shared TV journey. The show ended with finality, leaving fans to process the fallout, debate their favorite sides, and reflect on the very public unraveling of a once celebrated love story.
Excuse me. Oh, yeah, if you're miserable, why you begging for a big with me if you're miserable?
Fans. In August 2025, Chantel publicly came out as bisexual, opening a new chapter in her romantic life. She explored dating but admitted that finding genuine love remained a challenge.
Really was just a reminder of how badly I was treated. And the moment that I sat down, I felt like I made a mistake to show up.
Alongside reality TV, Chantel pursued her career as a nurse at a med spa clinic. She worked hard to
Y'all, so, listen. I was on, I think, the Shade Room or somewhere on Instagram, and they was talking mad shit about Chantel. They was like, she's a totally different person when the camera's cut off, and the only reason that she did the lesbian storyline is because none of the men wanted to date her. That's what I heard. You can confirm it in the comments. Let me know, because I ain't watch it. I only see the clips and what I hear on Shade Room and Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I'm not invested. You feel me? I'm not invested. But if you are and you know more about the situation, comment. Let me know. We all want to know. I definitely want to know, you know? But I just ain't got the willpower, the energy to go and actually look and see what's up, you know? So let me know if that's true or not, because I feel like I read that somewhere, you know? So let me know.
establish professional stability even while facing rumors about undergoing cosmetic procedures to deal with insecurities. While some of these rumors were amplified online, she focused on her job and her independence, using her career as a way to regain control and confidence after a very public divorce. Pedro, meanwhile, stepped away from reality TV and redirected his energy toward his real estate career in Atlanta. He focused on personal growth, professional development, and building a life away from the cameras. He shared occasional glimpses of his life on social media, posting fitness updates and snapshots from family trips, including a 2024 visit to his mother in the Dominican Republic.
¿Tiene algo para los nervios?
Sí, tengo. Mira aquí.
This is gonna be my first day since I divorced Chantel.
Do you know if Chantel is dating again?
I hear the rumor that the race leads to Chantel DM.
By 2025, Pedro was linked to a new girlfriend. Rumors also circulated about a new baby, though it was never confirmed whether this referred to a child or a pet. Whatever the truth, Pedro appeared to be moving on, prioritizing stability and personal fulfillment over public drama. Since the divorce was finalized in 2023, Chantel confirmed that she had no communication with Pedro or his family. Similarly, Pedro blocked out drama, focusing entirely on his career, personal health, and self-improvement. Both have chosen to live separate lives, making peace with the past while focusing on the future. Several factors contributed to the breakdown of Pedro and Chantel's marriage. From the start, cultural differences and family expectations created tension. Pedro felt a strong duty to support his family in the Dominican Republic, while Chantel's family was protective and skeptical of him. These conflicting pressures often fueled arguments and mistrust. Over time, mutual accusations of infidelity, secrecy, and manipulation eroded the trust between them. Small disagreements turned into major disputes, making reconciliation increasingly difficult. Constant filming and public scrutiny amplified their conflicts. Arguments and disagreements became televised drama, creating extra pressure and turning private issues into public spectacle. Pedro and Chantel's journey shows how love, family, and culture can collide under the spotlight. Their story may have ended, but the lessons remain. Follow us for more updates on reality TV couples, relationship insights, and behind-the-scenes stories. Don't miss the next chapter.
All right. That was some of the story of Chantel and Pedro. I feel like that's not all that happened. I kind of want to go back and see what we're missing out of here. I feel like we missed a lot because the way, from the clips that I've seen and the way that she just talks so bad about him on the newer shows that she's on, something happened, and I want to know. That's one of the only stories that I haven't watched, Chantel and Pedro, and I heard it's damn good, So, if y'all can, link me some older videos, some clips, and so I can get a more of a deep dive into the Pedro and Chantel story. Or either I might just go ahead and do some research and do a whole deep dive into it, But we'll see, y'all. Let me know what y'all thinking. Let me know if y'all want to do a deep dive into it, or a new couple, a new show. Let me know. But yeah, y'all, like the video, comment, definitely subscribe, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.